During this meeting, thank you. During this meeting, they'll be able to carry out the following activities. One of the things that we do on the table is that we don't mention our names. And it is because of confidentiality purposes. So each member has a number. So when we'll be doing the table banking, you'll see a number 1, number 2, number 3. And just to be able to inform you in advance, number 9 left the group because of personal purposes. So we'll skip number 9, we'll go to number 10, and as they call them, they bring the money on the table, and it is the treasurer is able to record, our teacher is able to record, and therefore their books also are filled and signed, so that by the time they go back home, they go back with records. So the books that they have here, we are calling them the checkbooks that they use to keep their records, which is signed by the economic empowerment officer. Make sure that they are filled so that they know I have saved 5,000 shillings as at now, and they feel very excited. It gives them the motivation to be able to go on. It is also important to note that the women have a meeting day and a meeting time, and they keep time. If you come in late, there is a fine that will be charged for coming in late. And the other thing is that if you are also absent without apology, there is a fine that they put. An apology is an apology whereby beyond all other circumstances, that is why you are not able to come to the group. And your apology without you have not come to the group, you have no apology, there is a fine also for that. And in some groups it is very punitive. They pay even up to $20 for not coming to the group. And it is important also to know that when they come in here, the first thing they do is prayers. Then they read the minutes and confirm them. Once they have done that, they pay their savings. Then they pay their loans back, the repayment of loans. And therefore, after that, now calculations are done between it is the treasurer who receives the money, does calculations. The economic empowerment officers helps them to just verify that yes, it is true, that is the amount, but the money is held by the treasurer of the group. And after that, after they have confirmed and counted the money, the figures are counted, the books have been signed, that is when now we have the payment of some fees that come to the organization, which they now put aside and pay through the pay bill, which is done by the treasurer of the group. Then thereafter, there is what we call loan disbursements. Again, we go back and ask ourselves, how much do we have on that table? And out of that much that we have on the table, members will be able to say their need, and then we calculate and see, is it enough? If it's not enough, there are negotiations. Who will go with it this time round? Who will remain? And all that stuff. And so what usually happens, what we have seen in the table banking, is the fact that we always have a deficit most of the time. And as an organization, we have come up with a strategy to be able to meet that deficit on the table, and the women repay back. So then after that, we are able now to confirm the total revolving fund. And I want to say this group has a total revolving fund of 122,000 Kenya shillings that they are revolving on the table. And this group has benefited from a loan of 50,000 shillings from the organization that they repay back with very affordable interest. And that boosts their table so that they don't have deficits and no one goes home without a loan. And once that total revolving fund is confirmed, and the teacher now reminds them of the next meeting date, and if there is no other AOB, the group ends with a word of prayer. So that's how the table banking will work today, but the concept is mainly to enable the women to be able to access affordable credit, to be able to help the women to learn to save, because when you do it together in a group, it helps women to keep each other accountable.
Well, those live pictures are from Kibra constituency, where First Lady Rachel Ruto and her counterpart, Dr. Jill Biden, meeting a group of women and deliberating elaborating matters regarding the table banking initiative that is changing lives of women through financial empowerment. Remember, Dr. Biden's visit is in line with the resolutions of the recent US-Africa summit in Washington, in which President Joe Biden promised more engagement with Africa. Well, we shall be keeping you updated as we progress.